With the release of the new Nocturnal Sweeper Bokgak, we get to have the long-awaited identity, the middle big brother Heathcliff, or more known as Ricardo Heathcliff. This new identity quite literally solves a few issues of the middle team, while also providing so much more. Heathcardo here provides sanity to his entire team with his counter, damage reduction to his middle allies by having a 6 NV resonance, and making allies resistant to stagger at 4 plus NV res. Beginning with his stats, he has incredibly good stats, high base HP and high bonus level defense being plus 5, which is to be expected since the middle identity is all about taking damage and dishing it back with their counters. He has two new status effects that he can gain from his passives. Book of Vengeance Heathcliff, which provides additional offense and defense levels, and Vengeance Tattoos, which gives bonus damage per stack. He has two passives, one combat passive and one support passive. His first passive, the Book of Vengeance, is focused on applying Vendetta Mark and Heathcardo gaining his Book of Vengeance stacks. He also gains his Enhanced Skill 3, Complete and Total Extermination, if he has 15 plus Vengeance status, which is gained from his combat passive. Moving on to his second passive, Vengeance Tattoo Resonance, is a passive all about making the middle team even sturdier and tankier. At combat start, it provides damage reduction to the middle identities if they take an unopposed attack while having a defense skill equipped. At 4 NV Resonance, middle allies adjacent to Heathcardo are literally resistant to stagger as long as they have counter skills. But this is applied to all middle allies if you have a 6 NV Resonance, which you should always have anyways, since this is a middle team. So, the first passive allows Heathcardo to function, and the second passive allows the middle team to become even tankier than they already are. Now, his combat passive, the Big Brother, which requires 4 NV resources to activate, allows him to gain Vengeance Tattoo based on the NV Resonance, and he uses the Vengeance Tattoos to get his Enhanced Skill 3. He also does an unopposed attack with his skill 1 if a middle ally was hit, which is honestly a good passive. Now, his support passive, Chains of Loyalty, requires 4 NV resources in order to be activated. And this passive applies attack up to all middle allies if a middle ally is dead. Since the middle ally is all about using counters, specifically non-clashable counters, it's not unlikely that you might die due to dumb luck. So this passive allows the middle identity to still be powerful even if an ally dies while using counters. Let's move on to his skills. His skill 1, Kicking, is a 3 coin rat skill with 62 offense level. It has a base power of 2 and coin power of 3. He can gain 1 coin power based on the bleed and burn stack on the enemy, and gains 1 final power if they have Vengeance Mark. This skill also applies aggro to Heathcliff, so he is more likely to be targeted. His first coin lowers his own stagger threshold on hit, and gains SP if the target has Vengeance Mark. The second and third coin just applies bleed and burn potency. He can roll at least 11 like most skill 1s, but rolls up to 14, being 1 value higher than most modern skill 1 rolls. His skill 2, Watch Your Back, is a 3 coin NV skill with 63 offense level. It has a base power of 4 and coin power of 4. This skill gains 1 coin power based on the bleed and burn stack, and applies offense level up to allies adjacent to Heathcliff on the dashboard. And the skill gains more offense level based on the highest resonance divided by 2. This skill gains final power if the target has a Vengeance Mark, and Heathcardo gains 5 aggro on use. The first coin applies bleed and burn count, the second coin applies bleed potency, and the third coin applies paralyze and burn potency. This skill rolls a minimum 16 and rolls up to 21. A very good skill too, but you'll probably rarely use it because the middle identities converts their counters into skill 3s with counter properties, which is, well, obviously insanely powerful. Now, we have the skill that you'll spam with his counter, his skill 3, My Hair Coupons. is a single coin NV skill with 65 offense level, which is bad because single coin skills are not very good at dishing out damage unless they roll absurdly high or have an absurd amount of damage boosts. It has a base power of 10 and coin power of 12. It gains final power based on the bleed and burn stack, the envy resonance, and if the target has a vengeance mark. This skill also gains offense level based on the highest resonance. This skill also gains attack weight at 6 plus envy resonance and at 20 books of vengeance, and does 60% more damage for every excess attack weight. He then gains vengeance tattoo for every skill target, and the skill only coin applies burn and bleed potency as well as deal additional blunt damage based on the envy resonance, rolling at least 20 and up to 30. Now, the star of the show, his enhanced skill 3, Complete and Total Extermination, is another single coin envy skill with 66 offense level. As I said, single coin skills are not very powerful unless they roll as high as egos or have insanely high amounts of damage boosts. So, the skill has a base power of 16 and coin power of 10, dealing more damage if Heathcliff has lower HP, and gaining final power based on the burn and bleed on target, as well as vengeance mark on target. The skill gains offense level equal to the highest sin resonance. The skill also gains attack weight if Heathcliff is at 20 plus book of vengeance stacks, and any excess attack weight is converted into damage boost. The skill then generates ego resources and consumes 15 vengeance tattoos. The singular coin deals more damage on a staggered target, applies bleed, burn, and tremor potency, then tremor burst. It also then deals blunt damage based on the envy resonance. The skill can be used every 2 to 3 turns under the right circumstances and setup, because you can gain up to 7 vengeance tattoos every turn and stack up to 20 vengeance tattoos at once. And you need only 15 vengeance tattoos in order to have this skill appear on the dashboard. Payback is also an incredibly useful 2-coin envy skill, or envy defense skill, turning into his skill 3, My Hair Coupons, at 6 envy resonance. This counter provides SP healing to his middle allies as well as gaining 25% shield all at turn start. Now, let's move on to the damage calculations. I will only be calculating his skill 3 damage, both the normal skill 3 and the counter skill 3, because of the different properties, as well as calculating his enhanced skill 3. Let me explain. Defense skills gains final power for every 3 offense level or defense level higher than the opponent's skill level, meaning offense level directly provide additional final power to counters because it is a defense skill. So naturally, the middle identity's counter playstyle is actually incredibly powerful due to the high rolls that they can do. His normal skill 3 can do up to 140 damage against a level 60 target with ×1 resistances across the board. I only considered his own boss that he can obtain by himself, by the way. If this skill was a counter instead, it would do up to 170 damage instead, while rolling significantly higher. His enhanced skill 3, however, can't be converted into a counter, but it's still an incredibly strong skill that you can activate every 3rd turn under the right setup. It can do up to 168 damage, not too far off from his skill 3 converted into a counter. Do keep in mind that these damage calculations aren't going to be 100% accurate. These are just the base damage that they can do with all the other multipliers. The game will have many other variables that you have to consider that will either inflate or deflate the damage that you're going to do. And honestly, any skill that can do above 100 damage is already incredibly powerful. Heathcliff provides the needed SP healing and durability that the middle has been deprived of, while even handing over some great AoE damage to handle crowds of enemies. An excellent identity for the middle team.